I think the triggering point for me, especially to respond to Taylor, and I met him through LinkedIn, was I was constantly depressed. I wasn't happy. I was stressed at work. I wasn't confident with the way that I looked. It was affecting me in every single way possible. And I never really had like structure or knew what I was doing because I didn't know what to do. And I would say like helpless is the one word I felt before working with Taylor. I always found myself binging and this and that. And then as stress continued to build, the gym more or less became an afterthought. And then over time, I went from being someone that looked like an athlete to someone that looked like a former athlete with a beer belly. That's just continuing to relive his like glory days. My lack of effort or focus on health and prioritizing my health and going to the gym was creeping into work. I was in the venture capital business, very high stress, very demanding. So I never really had the opportunity to have like the best work-life balance. And I always blamed that for it. But then when in reality, when I had the opportunity to take a break, I just wanted to mentally check out. And I would just sit on the couch and like eat whatever. I think during this entire time too, Taylor was sending me LinkedIn messages and I looked at them. I didn't really put much thought behind it. I was like, oh, I'll get around to responding another time. And Taylor was extremely persistent because I think that was going on for like a year and a half. When I started becoming a little more curious about it, I looked through Taylor's profile and I saw some of the stuff about what he went through to get to where he is. I was able to relate to where he was, and I was very eager to get to where he is. Finally, I decided to respond to Taylor because I was like, you know what? I need to go back to the way I used to be. And I shot him a message. I was like, hey, definitely interested in trying to look like Chris Hemsworth's younger, shorter brother. Even before reaching back out to Taylor, I've tried working with some of the guys at the gym, but I never really related to them because they always talked about like, they've always been in this shape, like here's their secrets, here's like the key. And we never like dove deep. Intermittent fasting, but like unintentional. And then I just labeled it intermittent fasting, supplements, those like fat burning pills that like give you energy. And those are all bullshit. I tried everything. What it came down to ultimately was like being self-motivated. If you're not consistent, if you don't have like a meaningful why and you don't stick to a solid plan, you're never going to get to where you want to go. It takes sacrifices. Through the first 3 months, I went from 200 pounds to 180 pounds. I was like, holy crap. If it hadn't been for, the weekly check-ins with Taylor, like, I did X, Y, Z, him giving me different tweaks on things that I could do, I probably wouldn't have dropped that. You can't like look online for everything. And I've tried that before too. It's been the biggest learning experience for me, knowing personally, like I did this and I lost 20 pounds. I know it works and I feel better about that, less lost. I think the biggest part of this program was like improving my mental health too. I think after you like dig through all of like the garbage of I want to look better or I want to have a six pack or this and that, like that's truly what it is ultimately, is like how do I improve the relationship with myself and others. I look better, I feel better, I'm more confident. So when I'm going out for meetings, I present myself better. It's not to say that I didn't present myself well before, but there's definitely that extra level of confidence you have when you're feeling good about yourself. My energy is higher. Never thought that I'm usually an energetic person, but now I wake up in the morning, I don't even need coffee. Usually I need my first coffee, but I'm like ready to go, which is great. I've found a balance of being able to make more time for myself by making some adjustments to like my lifestyle, and that's directly related to the program as well. My relationship with my fiance, it's always been very strong and it's been great. I've always been a happy person, but I'm a much happier person. I have a lot more energy. So I think in turn, like is contagious, right? And she becomes more energetic, like she becomes happier because I'm always smiling and I'm trying to be like, go out and about and do this and do that and spend time together. And I think it's just all because I'm in like a happier, better place than I was before. Just like a nod to Taylor, like the way that he coaches is so unique. Sometimes you don't even really know it, but like he's not giving you advice. He's asking you the questions to see if you know the answer and then just guiding you through it more or less than saying you need to do this, this, and this. It's more like, what do you think about trying X, Y, Z and giving that a shot? It's just like a different way to approach talking to someone. And I think that's what got through to me a lot is his approach and the way he does this specifically. I thought it was great. I'm still working with Taylor. Just to throw that out there, I chose to continue working with him because he's just like genuinely a great person. I look forward to our conversations, very understanding. He'll never smack your hand for doing something wrong, but he'll help you get back on track. He helps me reposition it as the reason that you're doing this is because you're working for the long term and you're thinking about things longer than just, okay, how am I going to look in 2 months from now? It's like, how am I going to feel for the rest of my life? Having someone as knowledgeable as Taylor, who's been there and has climbed out of it, is priceless to have on your side. Plus, he's a super cool dude to talk to. And I think what surprised me the most was how like the aspect of mental health and like life kind of tied into the program. Like when you think about health coach, your mind always goes to like, well, here's like another diet plan, or like here's like another workout routine that someone's going to try to sell to me. But I didn't think we would dig that deep into life. It was a very pleasant surprise because I didn't think I needed that. You don't know what you don't know you need. So it was good to kind of have that pulled out of me because I think it was very refreshing and necessary. I'd have to imagine that the majority of people that are working with him are in a similar place that I was in a lot of ways. Really busy, really high stress jobs, not feeling great about themselves, stressed out constantly. When they have a break, they want to check out. They don't want to go to the gym because, you go to the gym once, you don't see results the next day, and that's not motivating. So you rather just relax. I would say they should absolutely just have a 30-minute conversation with Taylor. But I think the biggest piece of advice I would give to them would be, if you truly understand like why you want to make this change, give it a shot. But if you don't, still give it a shot because Taylor might pull it out of you. But don't do it if you're not willing to change yourself. That's really it. Working with someone like Taylor that's been there and that's made it through and can give or can relate to you in that specific kind of way. I mean, I would work with Taylor. I would go back. I would work with him over, and that's why I'm continuing to work with him. But I'm so glad that I responded to his LinkedIn post and didn't let it just fly by the wayside, because it was something that completely changed my life for forever. Definitely relief in finding somebody that is like an honest person, that's truthful, that knows what he's talking about and can actually help drive results for you. You don't see it that often. It's rare. Two, I would say happiness. After I lost all of that weight, I went clothes shopping and I like fit into sizes that I haven't fit in since like college. I like almost cried tears of joy when I like couldn't wait for that call with Taylor. Like I never thought that I was gonna hit this size ever again. And I don't think I've ever been happier than seeing like my suit jacket size or like my waist, like my pants size, like go down. I'm like, whoa. I think like motivation, being motivated, having someone help you. Taylor didn't tell me to be motivated, right? You can't tell someone to be motivated. You can't show someone how to be motivated, but you can work with them and dig deep to understand why they're not motivated, what their goals are, and like how to pull that motivation out of them, because it exists in all of us. Because like the one feeling that encompasses all of it is, I feel like a wild man.